The school of thought concerning methods of combating the valkyria, a superhuman being with godlike power. Defying death itself was thought impossible until the development of weapons and alchemy. As humans enhanced their control over Ragnite, so too did they learn ways of fighting otherworldly entities. These theories were applied to Judas weapons and tactics during the Liberation War. This caused a political rejection of Wuji imperialism, which led to the rise of vanargand, the anti-valkyria squad. A school in Innersnor devoted to teaching and researching the alchemic arts from the outset of the Azure Revolution. The Institute of Alchemy has been educating and empowering Jews in tune to Ragnite. Since the only requirement to enter is an affinity for mana, there are no age restrictions to enroll. Examinations are administered by recommendation, whether from the applicant or by third party. This 3-year school all but ensures that graduates receive employment in an academic field that matches their skill. A military alchemy and Innsnar dedicated to training career soldiers. This 3-year school is open to any citizen who has completed their secondary education, regardless of heritage or social class. There is no tuition fee and attendance awards, social security and tax benefits, a strict entrance exam. However, it keeps the majority of applicants from passing. Upon graduating, candidates are appointed a position within the Jutland Army. Their rank is dependent on the grades and performance achieved in training. An automatic embargo targeting Jutland formed by 4 of the 5 world powers. Its name comes from the internals of the European nations participating in it: Borland, Rus, Furs, and Habsburg. The BRF eats blockades of Postal by Rus in order to gain territorial dominion over Jutland without breaking their alliance. Tension caused by this embargo was the main motivation for the Liberation War. Cutting off Jewish imports and exports led to a financial crisis and a supply shortage, and victims were innumerable. The 5 most powerful European nations, Finland, presence in France and Habsburg and Rus. The term originally referred to the first countries to gain influence in the Azure Revolution. Until the Rusi Empire was added after unleashing the Valkyria, these world powers became the harbingers of the age of imperialism by annexing smaller nations by military aggressions. This political strategy led to a European arms race as the major powers raced each other to colonize and control weaker lands in a global bid for power. Held in the capital of the Habsburg Empire, nations from across Europe sent representatives chosen by a Minister of Foreign Affairs. The Vian Summit made and signed a treaty which laid out each country's borders. This brought order to European politics, peacefully resolving outstanding issues with the five powers at its core. Over time, however, the superpowers came to exert more influence over decisions. Military pressure solidified decent until the meetings became an empty formality. Ruins in Malta to the east of Jutland. This structure is thought to have been built by an ancient civilization that worshipped the Valkyria as living gods. Archaeologists estimate its construction took place over 2,000 years ago, all built using orchestra technology that was very advanced by old European standards. Although most of the structure has been lost, many magnite items were excavated from it. These crystals, studded tools, and ornamental jewels are believed to have been offerings for summoning a Valkyria. The colorful name for the conspirators who pushed Jutland toward the Liberation War was Rus, Solomon Godelberg, Freddie Austin, Violet Stan, Basil Sabasi, and their ringleader Hamlet Groundgear. Orphaned at a young age, these traitors were raised in Malta until being adopted into Jutland families. Each of them later worked for organizations within Jutland, Judas and Infistra. They used this influence to educate the kingdom of Jutland to war. This nefarious Soka 5 deceived the country, the army, and the people. An armed conflict between the Kingdom of Jutland and the Rusi Empire, regarding an embargo that waged from 1853 to 1854 EC. It started when Jutland declared war on Rus to put an end to the BRF-8's blockades. Under a banner of liberation, Jutland's army reclaimed Rus Empire and Polo, the diminutions, till Emperor Claudius was assassinated, led by Jutland's savior, Queen Ophelia. This merciless war saw a small kingdom topple a huge empire, ending the age of imperialism. The Liberation War is also known as the Battle for the Azure Sea. The judging and sentencing of the Circle of Five who indicated Janlan into battle. There, the traitors were found guilty of conspiring to guide their country to war. For ulterior motives and personal gain for the crime of high treason, all five were sentenced to death by hanging at the time. The Jewish people were divided about whether they should continue to liberate Europa or to stop invading it. The detention and subsequent execution of the traitors, however, claimed public opinion and put a swift end to the war. An elite unit and the Jutland army found and fight back against the Rusi Empire's valkyria, also known as the vanargand. Proposed by Amir Kangir, exhibited by the royal family, and approved by the parliament, this small group of special forces were Jutland's finest alchemists. Equipped with the latest mana weaponry, the anti-valkyria squad was composed of those with high ragnite affinity without regard for age or gender. Ultimately, it defeated death and destroyed the Reaper, winning the Liberation War for Jutland. General term for the ragnite weapons developed specifically for fighting off the Valkyria to damage a godlike being. These mana-enhanced arms were installed with specially portable alchemy engines throughout the Liberation War. Jutland's anti-Valkyria squad was outfitted with technology developed by Subnasi and Co. These cutting-edge melee weapons allowed vanargand to draw energy from ragnite. Not only did these anti-Valkyria weapons grant an edge against the Rusi Empire's tanks, they could damage its Reaper too. A derogatory term for someone who comes from or resides in the woods, or is simply a woodsy encasory. It was coined by people from nations invaded by the Rusi Empire and Empire Claudius' path of power. This offensive slang was popularized in Jutland during the BRFH blockade. Since it is a racial effort against the Rusi people, nowadays it is considered taboo to speak in public or to those from Rus. Small dragonite creatures bred and used to transport cargo and people. They have been domesticated over time, although they descend from large, fierce dragons. Modern landworms are gentle and warm up to humans quickly. Because their scales and bones can be crafted into weaponry and other items, they were almost hunted to extinction, but preservation efforts have kept them from dying out entirely. Myths and legends suggest other types of lambs exist, such as aquatic seaborne drakes and winged airborne ravens. A process by which a human has a special mana engine implanted directly into the body, augmenting their physical abilities. Successful cases so huge increases in strength, dexterity, and constitution, similar to but more complex than mana-powered prostheses. But replace limbs, the subject's mana infinity determines whether they can survive the operation, as the process is risky and dangerous. Blue Sea scientists were the first to design a living, truly augmented human through highly unethical experimentation.